or get the latest Celtic sports news all year long by logging on to www.carlow.edu. Now for the play-by-play of today's Carlow Celtics game. Let's go courtside to Josh Rowntree for all the action.
Very pleasant Saturday afternoon to you. We welcome you to Donahoe Pavilion at Oakland Catholic High School for continuing coverage of KIAC basketball right here on the MSA Sports Network. Carlow Celtics hoops roll on here at MSASports.net. It's this afternoon. A showdown in conference play as the Ohio Christian Trailblazers come to town for a doubleheader. Women first, men up next. And first with Jake Holmes, I'm Josh Rowntree. Jake, we have this women's showdown. These two teams, you look at where they are in the standings right now. Carlow at 3-8, and Ohio Christian at 5-6. The Celtics just a couple of games back on them, and really right now for the Celtics, if they can close out with a good kick here in the final couple weeks of the season, they could find themselves in postseason play.
Absolutely. Ohio Christian, like you said, only 2 games ahead of Carlow in the standings, and Carlow with just a few games left, and not exactly an extremely difficult schedule coming up. But they got to take care of business today first. I would go out on a limb and say today's a must-win if they want to get into the postseason against against the team that's 2 games ahead of them. It's much better to be 1 game back than 2, certainly. And Carlow coming off winners of 2 of their last 3, coming off some great individual performances, something that they haven't seen in quite some time here this year. That's been a problem that they've had, is have one player that can take a game over, and we saw it against West Virginia Tech 3 games ago with Noelle Valamont, someone that we don't know as much of an offensive threat, and more of a perimeter defender, scoring 16, along with Natalie Alexander having 16 points against Penn State Fayette, and of course Lindsay Muller with a great performance against Rio Grande just 2 days ago, 20 points in a game that Carlow was really competitive in.
Yeah, Lindsay back in the starting lineup. These two teams did meet earlier in the year, back on January 2nd, a day after New Year's Day. They met, and that game at Ohio Christian, which is located in Circleville, Ohio. Their school has an enrollment of 3,600. They were founded back in 1948. That game, though, back on the 2nd of January, Carlow lost by 20, 73-53. Free throw shooting a big issue, though, in that game, as Ohio Christian went 16 of 20 at the line. Paige Lewis, 16 points, 5 rebounds. Deshae Thomas with 14. Chantel Parsons with 12. Carlow, though, just 7 of 16 at the line. They didn't get as many trips, and they didn't make those trips count, and they ended up losing that game by 20. In the game, Teresa Fischetti had 11 points and 8 rebounds. Leah Goodwin with 10. Natalie Alexander 10 and 6, and Lindsay Muller, despite only scoring 4 points, did grab 10 rebounds in that contest. But I would think with Lindsay Muller coming off that strong performance against Rio, she's going to need a big game again here today. Back in the starting lineup, we've seen her sort of bounce in between starting position and that 6th person, if you will, the first person off the bench. And I would have to think that this is a big game for her if they are going to get into the postseason like we talked about. You mentioned this is a game that they really need to win, and their senior leader probably needs to be the biggest reason why.
Yeah, I would definitely say that Lindsay, she's sticking up her shoes right now. She's getting ready. I'd say definitely her and Natalie know what's at stake in this game. They've been here for 4 years. They definitely know what's going down here on this afternoon. Carlow really needs this win here today.
Yeah, and only 2 games left, 2 home games left, that is, for Lindsay Muller and Natalie Alexander in their college careers, as they will finish things up at home on Thursday against Cincinnati Christian. That'll be senior night here at Carlow. Pink the Pavilion night as well. We'll have that one for you at MSASports.net. In between that, they'll have a matchup at Point Park, so that'll be another tough one for the Celtics. Even more reason why they need to get one in the win column here today. We'll turn it over for the playing of our national anthem.
Integrity, servant leadership, and sportsmanship. We ask that each of you, as a participant, official, or spectator, abide by these values by creating a positive environment, in which our athletes may participate, our officials may work, and you, the spectator, may enjoy. We now ask that you please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups for today's contest as the Celtics host Ohio Christian. For the Trailblazers under head coach Jamie Batten, we'll start these five. A 5'9" junior forward out of Dayton, Ohio, number 5, Aaron Bailey. A 5'3" junior guard out of Columbus, Ohio, number 10, Breonia Hearn. A 5'8" sophomore guard out of Belpre, Ohio, number 13, Chantel Parsons. A 5'9" junior guard out of Mechanicsburg, Ohio, number 21, Paige Lewis. And a 5'11" senior forward out of Bedford, Ohio, number 44, Sierra Herring. For Liz Stieg and her Carlow Celtics, she'll start these five. A 5'5" first-year guard out of Cincinnati, Ohio, number 12, Leah Goodwin. A 5'6" senior guard out of Pittsburgh, North Catholic High School, number 15, Lindsay Muller. A 5'9" sophomore guard out of Pittsburgh, a transfer from Ursuline College, number 21, Kylie Owak. A 6'1" sophomore forward out of Bethel Park, number 22, Sammy Simpson. And a 5'7" senior guard out of Murraysville, PA, Franklin Regional High School. At the guard position, number 24, Natalie Alexander. Celtics are in the all-white with the purple and gold trim as they circle up to our right. And for Jamie Batten's Ohio Christian Trailblazers, they are in the all-black with the blue and white trim. Just about set for continuing coverage of Keyak basketball right here on the MSA Sports Network. Thanks so much for tuning in, whether you're listening or watching. We appreciate it on this chilly February afternoon here in Pittsburgh. Looking at this Ohio Christian team as the Celtics huddle up, their leading scorer, Aaron Bailey, number 5, averaging 12.5 a game. And Jake, we talked about it. This isn't exactly a team that kind of jumps out to you on paper. They are not a particularly high-scoring team, and it's kind of interesting that they have had some success this year like they have, especially we saw it earlier against Carlow in the year, winning by 20 as we're underway with Ohio Christian controlling the tip, but they find ways to win. Certainly, I think defense is a big reason why. Yeah,
only averaging 58 points a game, but they only give up 56, so that's a good enough number to have a few wins on the year.
Ohio Christian starting with the basketball, working left to right, a pull-up jumper for Sierra Herring, and first shot goes for her. A little jumper from the left elbow hits. It's 2-0. Carlow with the basketball. This is Leah Goodwin. She loses control of it. First turnover on the first possession by the Celtics. Quickly up ahead as they get it to Bailey. Bailey, though, bumped on the floor, and that'll be the first foul of the game, as that's going to go on Leah Goodwin.
Foul number 12, Leah Goodwin. Her first, team first.
Goodwin, her first personal. They inbound it to Herring. She goes baseline, trying to go around Simpson, dishes it off underneath. Jump shot up and good for Paige Lewis. Nice start here for the Trailblazers as they've been able to work the ball inside a couple of times, get some buckets out of it. Here's Goodwin, gets a screen from Owak. She'll back it back out, gives a bounce pass down to Simpson. Simpson kicks it back out to Owak at the foul line. Lost control of it, went back up with a shot. Couldn't get it to rattle in, and right there is Herring to collect the board.
Kylie just didn't follow the layup there. Thought it was guaranteed to go in. She quit on the play.
Good little jump stop move there by Bailey. Couldn't hit, though. Shot was partially blocked, and it comes down to Goodwin. So here come the Celtics back up the court. Spin move by Owak. Right-handed runner doesn't go, but there's Natalie Alexander, the guard, getting in there. Carlow, very good rebounding team when it comes to their guards. Maybe the best guard rebounding team in the conference, with Lindsey Muller, Natalie Alexander. Owak can rebound, Teresa Fischetti as well. They have some rebounders that can play the guard position for sure, and the stats have definitely shown it this year. They are 14th in D2 in offensive rebounds a game. Here's a three ball from the right side. That's off the back of the iron, the miss by Parsons, and it's outletted to Alexander. Alexander smoothly walks it over the timeline, goes to the corner to Owak. She's tied up with Muller down there in the corner, and then reverses it back up top to Lindsey Muller. Inside to Alexander. Lost control of the basketball, goes to pass it along the baseline, finds Goodwin. Goodwin looking for Simpson inside, the ball kicked, and they'll have to reset.
Yeah, you just mentioned the offensive rebound ability of these guards. Do you think that it could possibly be because of the kind of passive defensive play on the glass, especially of Sammy Simpson? She's a great offensive player, but sometimes her defense can be just a little bit not aggressive enough. So I was just wondering if that's what you think, because that's kind of what I think as well.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, we talked to Liz Stieg about her play, and she said, she thinks that Sammy Simpson's a physical player. I think the matter is just consistency, and just has to get a little bit stronger. It's not that she necessarily shies away from the contact. She's just not really built for it. They try to get one out to her. Ball tipped. She tracks it down in the backcourt. Now it's off to Goodwin. Goodwin takes some contact. Right side runner off the window and good.
That's what I like about Leah Goodwin. Only stands at about 5'5". She's not afraid to drive the bucket.
Goodwin had 10 in the loss at Ohio Christian earlier in the year. Here's Herring going in on the left side. Bullies her way in and scores. Went right through Simpson to score that bucket.
Yeah, and here comes Casey Zelenak. Liz Stieg's seen enough of Herring just dominating on the glass here.
Goodwin steps it out, facing that man-to-man. Goes to the left-handed dribble, picks it up, then got it off to Alexander. Alexander open for three. She knocks it down.
Nice shot by Alexander.
Natalie Alexander on the board. She averages 10.4 a game, second leading scorer behind Fischetti, who we have yet to see in this one. Herring driving left side. Looked like she walked, but she's going to get a foul call out of it. Going to be on Sammy Simpson, and again, they are having Herring, who's 5'11". Simpson does have a couple inches, but Herring has certainly a bigger body. She's a lot more physical down low, and she's just going right at Simpson.
Yeah, Herring shooting around 55% from the stripe this season. That didn't look like a 55% free throw shooter. That was a nice stroke.
Knocked it down easily. She has 5, 6:40 to play here in quarter number 1. 7-5 is the score. Ohio Christian leading Carlow. Herring at the stripe, a couple of dribbles. That one is no good, and right there is Alexander for the defensive rebound. Lindsey Muller looking to push the pace, goes to the right side, one step, two, up and good. That's what they need out of Lindsey Muller today, that aggressive attack of the basketball hoop. On the dribble, Hearn kicks it into the corner. Runner up and good for Aaron Bailey.
2 points for the Trailblazers by number 5, Aaron Bailey.
This is OC team. They average 58.5 a game. Not a particularly good mark whatsoever, but they only give up 56 a game. Left side three ball up and good for Leah Goodwin.
And she was hitting that in warm-ups from that exact same spot with the tray.
Goodwin, not a great three-point shooter, just 24% on the year, but looks smooth on that one. I would call her a streaky shooter. She
Yeah.
has the ability to knock him down for sure. She falls down and she's trying to defend Hearn. Hearn then kicked it in the corner. They send it up top to Herring. Herring 1 step and 2 on in, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Casey Zelenak stepping up. As she had to check in, Sammy Simpson was struggling down low against Herring. That time they draw the foul. They're going to send in Jasmine Junkins for Herring. Junkins will step in after the offensive foul by Herring. Here's Goodwin walking it over the timeline with the right-handed dribble. Going to kick it up top to Owak. Owak over to Alexander, back up top to her senior teammate Muller. Now Alexander thought about a 3, passed it up, walks it in, right hand up, off the window. She gets it to go. 5 points for Natalie Alexander, and Carlow leads 12-9. 7-2 run here for the Celtics. With the basketball is Hearn, and she coughs it up. Stolen away by Goodwin. Goodwin got knocked down, was falling out of bounds, and had to just throw it back into the court, and Lindsey Muller was right there to collect it. Good defensive player is Leah Goodwin. 19th, in D2 in steals per game. Michelle Adkins and Teresa Fischetti set to check in at the bench. A couple of Trailblazers in there as well. Good feed down low from Alexander to Zelenak, and Casey Zelenak extends the Carlow lead to 5. 9-2 run for the Celtics. Inside to Lewis. Little turnaround banker off the window drops. She has 4.
Really great move there by Paige Lewis.
Goodwin walking it in, and they wanted to travel, but going to have a foul called first. Looked like she did maybe shuffle the feet a little bit, but they're going to say that the contact caused it. The foul is going to be on Junkins, her first, team second, as Goodwin steps out. Fischetti and Adkins in, Muller out as well. On the other side, Tiaja Smith in, as well as Olivia Davis for Ohio Christian. Smith, a guard out of Columbus, Ohio, a senior, as they inbound to Owak. Caught it, dropped it, then put up the shot. It's no good. Tiaja Smith the rebound. Olivia Davis, another senior. She's a 5'10 forward. Pretty good group of seniors they have in the lineup. Upperclassmen for Ohio Christian. Far side, Parsons gave it up. Smith drive in, can't get the runner to drop, and it's pulled out of there as it hit off the left side of the backboard. And Natalie Alexander takes it away. A walk over to Alexander and then back to Adkins. Michelle Adkins, first-year player out of Beverly, Ohio. Player's number 20. Gets a screen, goes on the left side, facing the zone D. Now in the corner, Adkins left all alone. She'll take it. High off the rim it goes, and the rebound is snagged out of there by Ohio Christian. Junkins pulled it in. Junkins, a 6-footer. They have a couple 6-footers on this Ohio Christian team. Right side, Tiaja Smith, back up top. This is Junkins. Right side, 3-pointer in the air by Davis. That's off the back of the iron, no, and another rebound for Alexander. She has 3 or 4 boards early on. Owak, she's going to take the 3. And that's an air ball. That's a force there by Owak. I'm not sure why she took that. And we've seen that out of her where she is not afraid to shoot, Kylie Owak, but she isn't a great 3-point shooter, but she'll take them.
Yeah, she makes them every now and then. She's actually
a streaky shooter as well.
Yeah, she's very streaky. 32% from distance this year. It's not a terrible mark. So, yeah, like you said, very streaky. She could go on a couple runs there. We've seen her have a couple games there.
This ball stolen by Owak. Good defensive play there, reading the pass. She'll take it all the way up and off the backboard, no good. But there's Adkins to collect it and score. Michelle Adkins running the court well. Followed up the miss by Owak, and she makes it 16-11. Really good offensive first quarter here for the Celtics so far. They give it to Junkins. Zelenak beat her up, and a late whistle there on Zelenak.
Yeah, 16 points. We were still 2 minutes left here in the quarter, and Carlow's already doing significantly better than they did just a few weeks ago against Ohio Christian, only finishing with 53. They have 16 already.
Foul on Zelenak, her first, team third. First free throw up and good for Jasmine Junkins. Lindsay Muller back in, Owak out. Fischetti, Muller, Goodwin, Zelenak, and Adkins on the court. Deshae Thomas also stepping in on the other side as both free throws are up and in. Sydney Pell out there as well. Pell out of Peebles, Ohio, sophomore guard. Both teams going deeper into their bench here today. Here's a runner up and good on the right side for Adkins.
Yeah, both teams, like you said, going deep into their bench, and that's what Ohio Christian's done. If you look, they don't have staggering numbers offensively, but everyone's averaging, just about everyone's averaging multiple points a game.
Yeah, they're not a team that scores a bunch, so for Carlow, if they can maybe make this a bit of a shootout, if they can keep this a high-scoring game by scoring, it could work out well for them. Here's a jumper from the left side, and that's off the rim and over the backboard. So it goes over to the Celtics. Simpson back in for Zelenak. .127 to go in the first quarter. Fischetti will bounce the ball into Goodwin. Carlow up 18-13. Goodwin over the timeline, goes left side to Fischetti. Back up top to Simpson, who flashed out. Right side, Muller driving over to Simpson. Simpson from the right elbow, extended, knocks it down.
Yeah, Sammy's really good at jumping out to the elbow, making the short jumpers.
6 Celtics have scored. They're on pace for over 80 points in this game. Is big collision there. Down went number 1. That's Deshae Thomas. As Simpson picks up her. Simpson picks up her second, so she'll have to step out here. First one up, in and out, no good. Bria Rathway in for Simpson. Bria is a first-year player, 5'9", out of Bell Vernon High School. Second free throw rattles home. So Deshae Thomas on the board. Little Bria Rathway fan section over on the far side. They have a picture up. Goodwin on the dribble, 45 to go in the first quarter. Carlow by 6. Looking for a cutter, finds it in Muller. Muller at the foul line, works it right side, lost control of the basketball and turns it over as it goes out of bounds. 38.6 to go in quarter 1. Deasia Smith with the right hand walks it over the timeline. Now they throw a double team at her. Smith dribbles right around it though. Works to the Junkins at the foul line. Now they kick it up top. Thomas. Good recovery D there by Carlow. Now a three-pointer though from the left side is up and good. That is Olivia Davis who knocks it down. Davis, her first bucket. 10 seconds to go. Right side, Goodwin, passed up a 3. Now brings it with a left-hand dribble to the top of the key. Crossover, works it into the paint. Left-hand floater up, no good. And that will end quarter number 1 here at Oakland Catholic. 20-17. Good opening quarter offensively for the Celtics as they lead by 3. After quarter number 1, we'll be back with the second after these messages. You're listening to Carlow Basketball 2016 right here on the MSA Sports Network.
Make sure to follow the MSA Sports Network on social media this season for breaking news, scores, links to our articles, and much more. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/MSA Sports and get in on the conversation with thousands of local sports fans. Follow us on Twitter at MSA Sports and check out our YouTube channel, MSA Sports WPIL, for hundreds of video interviews with local student athletes, game highlights, and more. Whether it's Twitter, Facebook, or our websites, MSA Sports is the place to go for high school sports in Western Pennsylvania.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything, right? I get that at Carlow.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlow helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlow brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlow, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlow University. Visit carlow.edu.
Along with Jake Holmes, I'm Josh Rowntree. Here for the MSA Sports Network. 20-17 is the score. And an early whistle here. Shot clock never started. Should go down to 24. Wait, how does 6 seconds come off? Should be 24, right?
Yes.
It's a 30-second shot clock.
Or
How does nobody realize this?
I wasn't good at math in high school.
It's 6 seconds came off the play clock, 4 seconds came off the shot clock. How does that happen? All right, well, either way. Carlow with a little extra time on the on the shot clock. They'll take it. Rathway mishandled a pass but gets it back. They work inside. Fischetti left-hand hook shot up, no. And right there is Junkins with the board. Rebounds after one, 8-4 in favor of Carlow. They did a nice job on the glass.
Natalie Alexander with 5 of them.
Yep. Pass tipped, but right there is Hearn to collect it. Brianna Hearn. Up top goes right side Thomas. Then they flash up Davis. Right side Junkins, 7 to go on the shot clock. Looking for a pass, not there. She nearly traveled, got it inside. They can't hit. Good D by Rathway, as Davis wasn't able to hit the left-handed shot. I think they might have got away with a travel there, Ohio Christian. I think the foot landed before the pass went off. Trying for a bounce pass. This inside is Goodwin, looking for Rathway, but it came back out to Muller. Left side, Alexander. Alexander going to take it on the drive, fakes the pass, goes up off the back of the iron, nearly got that one to drop. Good-looking take there by Natalie Alexander. Stepping it out is Hearn. Right side, Davis. Carlow in a man-to-man. Good runner from the left side, up no good by Thomas. Well contested, and then Alexander grabbed another rebound, and she's going to be fouled. Going to get Deshae Thomas and 4 new players coming in for Ohio Christian. Paige Lewis in, Sierra Herring in, Aaron Bailey, and Chantel Parsons all stepping in. Join Paige Lewis. 20-17. Ball hit off the shin on the pass of Goodwin to Fischetti, and then they get double dribble. The call on Fischetti. Again, Carlow coming off a loss to Rio, 73-59. They played pretty well in that game, though. I know Liz Stieg was happy with the performance of her team despite the loss. Ball fed inside, now a scramble for it, and a jump ball will be signaled. As Fischetti was down on the floor, Fischetti looks like she just went 10 rounds. She has a badly bruised right eye. I saw when she was checking in. It's pretty nasty. She's kind of checking on it. You see her like touching it throughout the time she's been on the court. Obviously not feeling all that great.
For the Celtics, number 13, Noelle Vallemont, and number 42, Casey Salinger.
Looking to trigger the inbound here. They lob it over the top of the D to Herring. Herring trying to take on Zelenak, but then kicks it back out. Hearn, right side, Bailey. Herring now. Herring from the top of the key, worked away, and she traveled. Yeah, good call. Took an extra step trying to pivot in. Kind of a slowdown here in the scoring. No one has scored to start this second quarter.
That's good news for Ohio Christian.
Yeah, almost 2.5 minutes in here. Good backdoor cut. Oh, Goodwin couldn't hit. as Muller gave her a perfect pass and just a bunny layup missed by Goodwin there. Missed badly, too. Passed her all the way across the courts. Herring had to step out to collect it before it went out of bounds. Now Herring going to step into a jumper. That's off the back of the iron. Nobody boxed out Parsons. She came in and got the board uncontested, but then it's ripped away from her. And right there is Lindsey Muller to take it away. Muller with 2 points in that first quarter. Crossover move by Goodwin. She'll bounce over to her left, step into a three. That's off the mark, but there is Natalie Alexander for another rebound. Alexander, I think, with 7 rebounds now. Here's Valamont. Boy, Valamont would have had an open layup underneath, but she kicked it out. They go right side Muller. She missed a three well off the mark. Alexander, another rebound, her 8th, and then Muller's fouled underneath. Boy, Natalie Alexander all over the boards right now. And that'll be the second foul on Herring. So Herring, their big down low, will have to step out now with a couple of personals. Muller to the line for 2. First one up, no good. Lindsay has struggled mightily at the line this year, shooting under 60%. That is odd to see. Second, good. 3 points for Lindsey Muller, playing in her second to last game ever here at home. For the Celtics, Lewis right side, 6.5 to play. Crossover dribble around Valamont, right hand wild shot up, no good. And Zelenak with the rebound, quickly up ahead to Valamont. Boy, they had Muller running long. They finally do get it to her. She takes it all the way, right hand scoop shot, no. And right there is Davis for the rebound for Ohio Christian. Valamont missed Muller as she was heading towards the hoop. Maybe would have been an uncontested layup, but instead she passed it back. There's a 3 ball in the air, and that is down for Chantel Parsons. Big shot there, bringing it to a 1-point game. Goodwin on the drive, off to Valamont. Noelle Valamont kicks it to the right side. Alexander all covered up, but they hand it off to Goodwin. Leah Goodwin. One on the crossover dribble, goes left side, then backs it out. 5 to go on the shot clock, has to hurry. Inside, Zelenak at the buzzer. Ball never hit the rim. That's got to be a shot clock violation. It is. (21-20) as Ohio Christian takes over. Too long of a possession there for the Celtics. Up top, Bailey. Bailey averaging 12.5 points, 6 rebounds a game. Owak and Adkins will step back in. Right side again for 3 is Parsons. That time it doesn't fall. The rebound kicks out, and it is off of Ohio Christian as Adkins and Owak step in for the 2 seniors, Muller and Alexander. Freshman and a sophomore. 2 players new to the Carlow program stepping in. Go to Owak. Owak backing it out, hands it off to Goodwin. Goodwin looking, finds Valamont underneath. Valamont, double dribble is signaled. Valamont doesn't understand why. Not sure I saw it there either.
Yeah.
Ohio Christian taking over again. Carlow just 1 point here in the quarter. They had such a great first quarter, scoring 20 points, but just 1 in 5.5 minutes to start this second quarter. Ball tipped to the far side, kept alive nicely by Ohio Christian. They throw it underneath, and it's last touched by Olivia Davis and out of bounds. 4:20 as the clock stops. There's Leah Goodwin walking it over the timeline. Goodwin averaging 8.2 points per game. Second leading player in assists as well. 8 to go. Goodwin driving in off the bottom of the rim, and a foul is called underneath.
Foul on number 10, Brianna Hearn. Number 12,
Brianna Hearn with the personal. And Leah Goodwin steps to the line. She has 5 points so far. Yeah, to keep things even, I didn't see the double dribble by Valama, but I don't think I saw a foul there either.
Yeah, I don't think I saw a foul there. I just think Leah was just underneath the hoop, just threw one up, hit the bottom of the rim.
Both foul shots dropped. 7 now for Goodwin. In steps Thomas.
Teresa Fischetti also comes back in.
Yeah, Fischetti, interesting. She's been getting so much time off the bench. She, as Carlow's leading scorer, has done a nice job rebounding for them. But Liz Stieg, we have seen her shuffle the lineup mightily this year. We've at times seen lineups and kind of looked at each other like, what on earth is this lineup? To be perfectly honest, but it has worked a lot of times for them. There's a runner, a wild one off the mark by Thomas. Ball nearly went out of bounds, but a good save there by Adkins. Adkins now up ahead to Goodwin. Goodwin, long pass up ahead. Too much on it, though. Too hot to handle for Owak, and it's out of bounds.
Yeah, you just mentioned Fischetti coming off the bench. Early in the season, she wasn't even seeing the bench at all. She was playing 40 minutes a night.
Yeah. And maybe a first-year player as the season's gone on to the body, not used to as many games, not used to the travel. Zelenak defending, bringing it in is Davis, and she's fouled. They get Goodwin on the foul underneath.
Foul on number 12, Leah Goodwin, her second, team second. Number 22.
I didn't think Goodwin fouled her, but all right. I thought that Zelenak did, but that's okay. The problem is that's the second on Goodwin, and she'll have to step out now. She didn't really argue it, though, Goodwin, as the first free throw is up and good for Davis.
Leah's such an aggressive player. You see her rack up the fouls every now and then.
Both drop for Olivia Davis. She has 5. Adkins bringing it up ahead. Carlow still by 1, 23-22. They've only managed 3 points in the quarter, though, after scoring 20 in the first. They've all come at the line. They haven't made a field goal in quite some time. Adkins trying to get the ball in, finally does. They work it up top to Owak. Owak, crossover, good take, left hand up, but a shot off the mark. Rebound secured by Davis.
Yeah, it's been almost an entire quarter since they made one from the field. They're still cold.
Left side 3, that's no good. Tripping underneath, though, and losing the basketball on the rebound is Bailey. Up ahead, Alexander, 2-on-1.
Oh, nice.
She'll take it all the way, fakes the pass, and scores with the left hand. 7 for Natalie Alexander. Quickly coming back is Hearn. Walked it in and she traveled. She's way ahead of herself. The Carlow men coming up next against Ohio Christian as Adkins lost the basketball in the backcourt, got it ahead to Fischetti. Ohio Christian men having a nice season. They're 18-7, 8-3 in the KIAC. Carlow 5-17 overall, winless so far in conference play. Nearly pulled out a win, but a heartbreaking loss against Rio a few days ago. Alexander going to look to drive over to Zelenak. Zelenak backs her down, then goes to Alexander. 3 on the shot clock. Alexander, a runner off the back of the iron, no good, and a tie-up on the rebound. Fischetti will keep it Carlow's possession. And just a heartbreaking loss. Zach Taylor making a 3 with 5 seconds to go to put them up by 1 against the Rio, and then right down the court, the Red Storm win and hit a running layup at the buzzer. The second buzzer beater loss, and a 5-second call there on Carlow on the inbound. Second buzzer beating loss for the men's team this year. The first one came against Ohio Christian, 72-70, so they'll try to avenge that heartbreaking loss here this afternoon and get their first ever conference win. Maybe a chance to do it, though, and again, they played well against a pretty good team from Ohio Christian the first time out, and that was on the road.
Carlow's actually played really well since that
corner, 3-ball up and good for Olivia Davis.
Carlow men have played exceptional since that blowout loss here just a week ago against Pitt Johnstown. Winners to 2 of the last 4.
Good take by Alexander, faked the 3, worked it in. She hits 9 points for Natalie Alexander.
She's on her way to a double-double today. She has 8 rebounds, I believe, as well.
Right side. This is Lewis with it, goes to the far corner. Sent inside, backing her down is Lewis. Can't miss, another rebound for Alexander. She might have a double-double at the half.
Yeah.
Right side, long jumper by Owak is blocked out of there by Bailey. Here's Aaron Bailey in transition. Left side. Kick it out to Thomas, up top, 3-pointer, back of the iron, no good for Davis. She's knocked down 2 so far. Quickly up ahead is Fischetti. She's going to take it all the way. Right hand up, can't hit. Owak trying for the board. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Ohio Christian with 25.5 to go on this first half clock. They get it into Alexander, up top to Owak. Carlow might hold for the last shot here with the shot clock turned off. And up by 2. Worst case scenario, you miss one at the buzzer, you're still up. You don't give up a shot the other way. Adkins driving in. She's fouled. Offensive, they say. Well, Adkins a bit out of control, and that's not what you want there. 8.8 to go. You didn't want to give the ball back, and that's exactly what they did. They're going to step in Chantel Parsons for Paige Lewis. Lindsay Muller back in for Fischetti. Right side driving is Hearn, goes baseline, try to kick it up top. Muller got a piece of it as the time expires on the clock, nearly knocked down by Thomas. She was all the way on the far side of the court, well deep, but nearly was able to get it to the drop. She does not, though, and Carlow takes a 2-point lead into the half. They scored only 7 points in the second quarter. 2 field goals by Natalie Alexander and 3 free throws. And Ohio Christian, 17 in the first, just 8 in the second. So 2 very different quarters we saw Jake through this first half. But Carlow, they'll take a lead here at the break against a team right ahead of them in the standings in Ohio Christian.
Yeah, really good performance. Obviously, it's been a tale of 2 quarters here so far, with Carlow scoring 20 in the first and only 7 in the second. But really, really gutsy performance so far by Natalie Alexander. She's just done a great job, both offensively and defensively. Look for her to keep that going, because she's had a couple great weeks here that she's been strolling here as of late. And yeah, just look for her to keep going. And hopefully Lindsay Mueller, she's got 3 and a couple rebounds in the first half here. But hopefully that she can find it. I'm willing to bet that she will.
All right, the men's team's out warming up. We'll, when we come back after a commercial break, we'll talk about the men's game and give you some stats from the first half of this one. It is 27-25. Carlow leads at the break. You are listening to Carlow basketball right here on the MSA Sports Network.
What you want? What you want?
What you want is to stay warm this winter by logging on to www.msasports.net each and every day. We have all the schedules, the scores, the rankings, and the standings of the high school winter sports, plus weekly shows like Inside the WPIL Wrestling Circle, the PIHL Power Play Show, and the WPIAL Roundball Report, along with live and archive broadcasts of whatever your favorite high school sport is. Anytime, anywhere, always there, every day this winter. It's the MSA Sports Network.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything right. I get that at Carlow.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlow helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlow brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlow, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlow University. Visit carlow.edu.
Hi, this is Hines Ward. If you're a high school sports fan, the place to go all year round is the MSA Sports Network. Log on every day to www.msasports.net for the schedules, the scores, the standings, the rankings, and of course, all of the broadcasts includes exclusive Whitfield playoffs and championship action. Anytime, anywhere, always there. The MSA Sports Network.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything right. I get that at Carlow.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlow helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlow brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlow, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlow University. Visit carlow.edu.
MSA Sports broadcasts are now available on both Android and iOS devices. Just navigate to the game of your choice, and on your mobile device, press the arrow or play button. It's that easy. No app needed. No matter where you are, MSA Sports content is available at your fingertips via your iPad, Android phone, iPod, and iPhone. Anytime, anywhere, always there. The MSA Sports Network.
Back at Donahoe Pavilion, 27-25. Carlow women in the lead over Ohio Christian. As we take a look at some stats from the first half. For Ohio Christian, they've been led by Olivia Davis. She's knocked down a pair of threes and has 8 points. 5 points from Sierra Herring. She's in a bit of foul trouble, though, with 2 in that first half. Also, for Ohio Christian, 4 points from Paige Lewis, 3 from Chantel Parsons, 2 apiece from Erin Bailey and Jasmine Junkins, and Deshae Thomas knocked down a free throw. They have 25 points, 6 of 8. They are at the line. For the Celtics, being led by Natalie Alexander right now, she has 9 points. They have her at 7 rebounds, but I thought she had more than that maybe, but they've credited her with 7. But still a very good chance she pulls out a double-double in this game. Carlow out-rebounding Ohio Christian 17-11. They have committed 9 turnovers, though, to 5 in the first half. But also for Carlow, 7 points for Leah Goodwin. She knocked down a 3 earlier. 4 points for Michelle Adkins, who I thought played pretty well in that first quarter. 3 for Lindsay Muller, 2 apiece for Sammy Simpson, Casey Zelenak. They were 3 of 4 at the line, all coming in that second quarter, scored 27 points. A couple of things really stand out for me, Jake. This second half, we've seen at times Lindsay Muller have very quiet first halves and then rip off 13, 14 points in a quarter. In like the third quarter, typically it happens where she gets hot after halftime and has a really good second half and kind of keeps Carlow in games. They are going to need her to have a much bigger half here and kind of match what Alexander's doing if they're going to pull this game out and hold on to this lead. The other thing that stands out to me is Kylie Owak, 0 of 7 from the field right now. She has 1 assist, a couple of turnovers, really a poor first half for Owak. We'll see if they make any changes, in the lineup going into the second half, but you can tell right now she's just cold from the field and took a 3, didn't make it, and has kind of forced a lot of shots too, it seems, out there, but they're going to need more, certainly out of Muller, and then Owak to at least do something from the field, because 0 of 7, I mean, she leads them in shots taken, and she hasn't knocked down 1.
Yeah, Kylie's got to drain some here. It goes without saying, and honestly, if you're watching, some of those shots missed badly. I mean, there was one shot from a baseline J that just cleared everything. I mean, it was unreal. Kylie's a very streaky shooter when she's on. She might be the best shooter they have. But she just needs to step it up, and certainly I think Lindsay Muller's going to. I really do. Lindsay, like you said, she's just had first halves where she's been quiet, and just rips off these crazy second halves, and really she's done everything but contribute on the scoreboard in this game. I mean, she's started plays, she's had a couple nice hockey assists, if you will. She has 2 regular assists and also a defensive rebound. So 1 for 2 from the stripe, obviously, but yeah, look for Lindsay to start playing to make per play a little bit louder by getting on the score sheets here in the second half.
As we mentioned, the men's game coming up next, taking a look at that one. Again, the Ohio Christian men having a very nice year. They are 18-7 overall, 8-3 under Tony Stockton and the KIAC. And right now, Ohio Christian second place in the Colonial behind IU East, and that was a great team we saw earlier this year from IU East. But 8-3, you know, you look at this team offensively. It all starts with Marquise Jackson, a guy that averages 19.4 per game. And really, as a team and as individuals, they rank very highly in a number of categories in NAIA Division II. They have a great point guard we're going to see today in Evan Bartlett. This is a guy who is fifth in D2 in total assists with 155. I mean, that is a ton of assists to have. And again, these two teams met earlier in the year, and Carlow was able to keep it close. And maybe if you look at it, what Carlow's done this year, even though they lost, maybe their best game of the year given who they were playing and the fact that they had a chance to win that game, if not for a buzzer-beating shot late. So I would expect the Celtics here on their home court to have a chance maybe to win this game and get their first ever conference win. Yeah,
it's definitely going to be exciting, and especially if you know digging deeper into some stats and whatnot. They've been working in Cole Novotny a little bit more. My guy Cole Novotny's been coming off the bench a little bit more, and they've fear the beard. But yeah, they've been getting great individual performances as well. As you said, Zach Taylor, I believe, with 28 2 days ago at Rio. Isaac Fullwood has been has come back to his normal self, scoring 20 points, I think, in the last 3 games and double figures in the last 4. And of course, Charlie Sharbo against Penn State Fayette. 39-11.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what a crazy game! That's the program record for most points in a game, without a doubt. So, great individual performances. That's another issue that Carlow's had in games that they've lost this year. They're starting to get that. Look for Carlow to put on a pretty good performance here against Ohio Christian here today.
Yeah, I think it'll be a fun one to watch. And again, the Celtics, a couple of heartbreaking losses out there, and you can tell. I mean, this is a program that's getting close. And talked to George Slyman earlier. He said, you know, they're really have only they don't really have to do a lot of recruiting right now. They've only pulled down, I think, 1 recruit for next year, but that's because they have so many guys that are coming back. And George said, you know, it can be difficult to make 20 guys happy, and you know, that is certainly a challenge. Where I don't want to say that Tim Kiefer over-recruited, because you can never have too many good players.
Sure.
But the fact is that they have some guys right now that you know, are having to sit out nights, or not able to play, redshirting, what have you, simply because, you know, they just are going to need them in the future. And right now, there's just guys ahead of them that are getting their chances. But, you know, I look at a couple of guys that I think really, for the men's team, need to do some things to step up, and that's their 2 bigs, P.J. McLaughlin and John LeGrand. Those are 2 guys I think that are going to have their hands full today. There's some pretty decent height on this Ohio Christian team, but also a very good guard team. And one thing, when I see a team with a lot of assists, it means that they're going to work the ball inside a lot, and the biggest problem that they've had is foul trouble, those 2 guys. And you know that they're going to be thrown out of position at times, and you just cannot foul and get into too much foul trouble if you're those 2, because when Carlow has to go into their bench, they lose a bit when it comes not to the guard play, but to their forwards. They are going to lose a bit when they go to their forwards. So I think certainly they are going to need those 2 guys to stay composed, not get into too much early foul trouble.
Yeah, and you know, the other night, P.J. McLaughlin fouled out, I believe, early in the mid-second half, with 12 points. P.J. McLaughlin, he had to ride the bench. The 5 on the floor for that final layup, the buzzer beater that ended up winning it for Rio. It was an extremely small lineup with the likes of Isaac Fullwood, Cole Novotny, Cole Novotny, Zach Taylor, Charlie Sharbo, and Austin Mata.
Yeah, that's not the 5 that you want on the court for. And nothing against Cole Novotny, but that's probably not a guy that you want in defensively on the final set. I mean, he's a terrific offensive player, Good three-point shooter, but certainly not a guy that you want defending, with 5 seconds left in the game. And you hear that. That's probably, a telling sign of why things went wrong for them there. And foul trouble, again, continues to be a big issue. Looking back over on the women's side now, let's take a run through the standings here in the NAI Division II KIAC. Right now in the Colonial Division, IU East on top. They are 10-2, both men and women's programs at 10-2, having terrific seasons. Point Park follows at 9-3. We saw that Point Park team. Carlow was able to hang with them for a while, but the second half really they were able to put the game away. Rio at 8-3, Ohio Christian at 5-6, Carlow at 3-8, West Virginia Tech at 3-8. In the Capital, Asbury leads at 12-2, Brescia at 9-4, IU Southeast 8-4. Then a drop-off, Alice Lloyd 5-8, IU Kokomo is 4-9, Cincinnati Christian 2-10, and Midway right now having as tough a year as you can have. They have lost all 24 of their games this year. Midway, they are 0-11 in the conference, but you look at it, we believe, and we wanted to get some clarification on this, and maybe we will in a bit, but a couple of teams, because they're new to the conference, ineligible for the postseason. That would be Ohio Christian and West Virginia Tech. Ohio Christian ahead of Carlow in the standings. So you look at the overall right now, Carlow in 9th, top 8 make it to the tournament, and they're only a game back, so still a chance here for the Celtics with 6 games remaining in conference play. Still a decent chance, and some winnable games too, certainly. A chance for Liz Teague and the Celtics to get into the postseason and make that KIAC tournament. And then who knows, once you get in the fields, as we often see in college basketball, oftentimes anything can happen.
Yeah, certainly. You mentioned IU Kokomo. They're technically one game ahead, although they aren't in the division. IU Kokomo, we have them coming up. Midway, of course, Cincinnati Christian next Thursday night, February 11th, Pink Pavilion and Senior Night. But yeah, and honestly, Point Park, they came here and Carlow really gave them a run for their money, and they have a phenomenal program over there. I can't say enough for what Point Park athletics do in general. Just so good. I mean, their baseball program has developed MLB players. I mean, they are a top-of-the-line athletic program. I have all the respect in the world for them. But Carlow's played well against them in the past, and even last year at CCAC South, which is where they play their home games in West Mifflin. I was at that game, and that was a heck of a game. One of the better women's college basketball games I've ever seen.
All right, just about set to start the second half. It'll be the Celtics with their starting 5 out there: Muller, Owak, Alexander, Goodwin, and Simpson. On the other side, it is for Ohio Christian, Aaron Bailey, Breonna Hearn, Sierra Herring, Paige Lewis, and Chantel Parsons. So they're starting 5 in there as well. And they're getting some things set on the scoreboard here. Still working out something with the scoreboard as we get to the start of the second half. It'll be Ohio Christian with the basketball. They'll go right to left. All right, they're changing the timeouts. There are 5 timeouts aside. Should be 4. They also have second quarter up, but that's okay. All right, let's play some basketball. 27-25 is the score as we get started here in half number 2. Hearn with it. Goes to Parsons, then over to Lewis. Lewis, left-handed dribble, crossing over. Owak all over, then going to drive to the hoop. Right-handed runner up and good. Good start for Paige Lewis. And Ohio Christian, they make it even at 27. Here's Simpson on the left block. She traveled.
More
coming by saying it's the third quarter. They do change it.
Well, Terrell Harris is on the scoreboard. That's our first problem here.
Oh man! Wow, shots fired at Terrell. Unbelievable. I'm going to let him know you said that.
I will.
Driving in right side, Hearn. 12 to go on the shot clock. Now 10. They dribble it out. Hearn looking to push. Goes in. Right-hand runner up. A foul called underneath as Hearn hit the deck. She's slow to get up. That will be on Leah Goodwin. And boy, that's a tough foul there. That is her third. That was well after the ball was up on the rim. And that one, she didn't contest one earlier. And she came back. She said, I promise I didn't do anything. First free throw is up and good. That's the first points for Hearn in the game. Hearn averaging 5.5 per. Second one, a high arcer, barely grazes the front of the rim. Lindsay Muller with the rebound. She'll push. Muller bringing it up the court. Send it up top to Adkins. Michelle Adkins stepping in for Goodwin on that last whistle. Here's Adkins all the way to the hoop. Tried to dish it off, but she was fouled first. I like the way that Michelle Adkins plays, and I think that for a first-year player, they could maybe build something around her going forward. Obviously, with Muller and Alexander leaving, you would think that she's probably the top choice to step into a starting role next year. Here's a three-pointer off the front of the rim, no good by Muller. Rebound pulled out by Hearn. Left side, Herring all the way, takes it in, scores. And a full timeout taken by Liz Steeg as we are just a minute 21 into the quarter. But a good start here, 5-0 run to start the quarter for Ohio Christian. We'll take a break. When we come back, more Carlow basketball right here on the MSA Sports Network.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything right. I get that at Carlow.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlow helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlow brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlow, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlow University. Visit carlow.edu.
Attention business owners and marketing managers. MSA Sports Network offers a cost-effective way to expand your advertising efforts, increase your bottom line, and promote your brand and services in the communities you serve. Offering you flexible marketing plans with numerous multimedia combinations, the ability to target your local customers within a 5 to 10 mile radius of your business, industry exclusivity, available via sport, season, community, or region, and outstanding return on investment with all MSA Sports sponsorship opportunities. MSA Sports Network represents the most efficient and effective ad placement in the broadcast industry. To learn more about advertising opportunities on the MSA Sports Network, contact Glenn Anderson at 412-362-2000, extension 2225, or ganderson@msa.com.
Off the inbound, a quick foul as they worked it into Lindsay Muller, and she was bumped going up the side. And that foul is going to be the first on Chantel Parsons. 2 fouls now on Ohio Christian as they came out in full court pressure. Atkins on the throw-in. Go left side. The runner-up is off the mark, and Lewis clears the rebound. Paige Lewis up ahead, right side, wide open for three. That one's no good by Bailey, and the long rebound comes out. Another one for Natalie Alexander. Here's Muller. Pulled up her dribble and then got fouled out on the perimeter by Herring. Herring can't really contest that. She ran right into Alexander. She was trying to catch the pass. That's the third on Herring. Immediately, Jasmine Junkins heads over to the scorer's table. Alexander to inbound right in front of us. Looking to get it in. And well, that was nearly over and back on Adkins. I thought it was over and back. I thought she got the ball in the front court. Maybe not. Ball, though, taken away anyways by Hearn. Hearn going coast to coast, falls down, but kicks it out to Bailey. Bailey works it in. Shot up, no. Nobody boxed her out. She got her own rebound, and then she's fouled. And that will be on Alexander. That's her first foul. Ohio Christian by 3. Bailey heads to the line. First one off the back of the iron, doesn't hit. She has 2 points so far, Erin Bailey, as Teresa Fischetti, Noelle Valamont, and Casey Zelenak step in for Kylie Owak, Sammy Simpson, and Natalie Alexander. .208 into this third quarter. Bailey to the line. Second one does drop. Again, Bailey is their leading scorer. She's been held to just 3 points. She shoots just 59% from the line. And now a foul called here on Bailey. They're going to say she extended the knee on the dribbler in Adkins. First foul on Bailey. This game kind of grinding to a halt here because of whistles. We've already seen 6 fouls called in the first 2:13 of the quarter. That's unbelievable. Zelenak on the baseline, goes up to Fischetti, but Fischetti had an open shot, passed it up from inside the foul line. Got to take those. Adkins gets it off to Zelenak at the right elbow, and then she threw it away. Carlow has slowed down their tempo, and it has not worked out in their favor. They were pushing the pace early, and it was resulting in buckets. They had 20 points in the first quarter, just 7 since. Junkins up top, picked up her dribble, goes right side Bailey. Bailey stepping it out, lobs one over to Lewis. Lewis, pump fake, 8 to go on the shot clock. She pulls up from the foul line, no good. Rebound pulled in by Adkins, and she's fouled from behind.
That's 5, yeah. That's 5 on Ohio Christian. Michelle's going to be shooting foul shot.
And they will shoot for the last 7:05 of the quarter.
Goodness.
Unbelievable. You might, you pretty rarely nowadays even see 5 1/4 before the fourth, really, as Adkins knocks down the first, but to see 5 in the first less than 3 minutes. Adkins with 5 as she drains the first attempt. Second one up, drops as well. She has 6.
Well, luckily for Ohio Christian, it's been spread out. Not one player is getting all of these fouls, and they're losing. And they're losing bodies for the rest of the game.
Herring with 3, the only one really in trouble right now. Good take there over the left side by Breonna Hearn. Breonna Hearn has 3. 33-29 Ohio Christian, a good third quarter. And losing the basketball, Hearn took it away. And a jump ball called as Adkins lost it. It'll stay with Carlow. Good work by Hearn there, though, defensively. Valamont will inbound, goes into the backcourt to Muller. Let's see what Lindsey Muller can do in this third quarter. Oh, not a good start. Throws the basketball away. Right to Paige Lewis. Takes it all the way. Right hand, no. Muller was right there to contest it. Got back after her mistake. Nearly threw it away again, though. She got the rebound, then rifled one up the court to nobody. Muller to Valamont. Left side, ball tipped. Muller will track it back near the timeline. 10 to go on the shot clock. Muller off to Adkins. 8 to go on the shot clock. Got to go, 6. Adkins walks it in, gets it to Valamont underneath, and she scores. First bucket for Valamont. It's a 2-point game. Crossover move by Hearn. No one got over defensively, but she can't make the layup, and Fischetti grabbed the rebound. Off to Adkins. Again, Hearn applying a lot of pressure. Adkins all the way up. Zelenak, left wing. This is Valamont. Valamont looking to drive. Lobbed one over the top to Fischetti. Great pass to Fischetti, who hits her first bucket. Oh, what a great pass there, Jake, by Valamont to Fischetti. Left side, Lewis goes between the legs and goes left side to Bailey. Bailey driving in off balance. Got to be offensive. It is. Good take there by Adkins. That foul is the second on Aaron Bailey. Muller and Zelenak out, Rathway, Owak in. Valamon stepped out as well. Natalie Alexander, Rathway, and Owak in there. Fischetti and Adkins stay in. Here comes Michelle Adkins up the court. Gets a screen on the right wing. Goes up top to Rathway. Thought about a three. We've seen Brio Rathway take a couple this year. 5 of 21 from beyond the arc. Here's Alexander, pull-up jumper from the right side. No, Owak there, tipped the rebound back to herself. Got it underneath the Fischetti, but she can't hit. Then it's ripped out of there by Bailey. Here's Bailey up ahead, left-hand dribble. Going 1 against 4, good crossover move, then floats one up, and it doesn't even hit the backboard. Goes to the left of the backboard. Boy, Bailey was out of control there, 1-on-4. Should have backed that out. Ended up turning the ball over. Even at 33, 4:20 left in this third quarter. Tiaja Smith in the game defending Adkins. Here's Owak driving in, tried to scoop layup, couldn't go. Rebound pulled down by Davis. Left wing, Bailey. Bailey really looking to go here. Another wild shot. Another one well off the mark. But Bailey taking some bad shots here. Really forcing it. They might be getting her out of here. Now here's a ball stolen away by Junkins. Good read and steal by Junkins. Now up ahead to Thomas. Thomas all the way, floater up and good. Deshae Thomas has her first field goal. She has 3. And it's back to a 2-point Ohio Christian lead. Adkins looking to take on Smith. Can't hit. The ball out of bounds. Last off of Rathway.
Yeah, you were right. They're getting Aaron Bailey out of there.
Chantel Parsons steps in for her. Running the point here is Tiaja Smith. Hands it off to Parsons, back up to Davis. Davis knocked down a couple of threes in the first half. Work it into Parsons on the curl, then right side. 3-ball in the air by Smith, no good. Another rebound for Alexander. Natalie Alexander.
Woohoo!
Goes behind the back.
Crossover, okay.
Looking to drive. With the spin move, then pull it out, looking for a jumper, then gave it off to Alexander. Back to Alexander, pump fake, left side, Owak. Owak in the corner to Alexander. She's going to throw up. Contested shot, it's off the mark, and the rebound tracked down in the corner, and it is off of Carlow. Good save over there in the corner, throwing it off the body by Tiaja Smith. Adkins out. Muller in. Slowly bringing it over the timeline of Smith. Tiaja Smith off to Parsons, back up top, Junkins. Junkins looking for a cutter inside, gets it to Davis. Davis strong, up off the backboard, no good. Then Muller lost control of it and she's fouled. That'll be on Davis, her first.
Lindsay's going to be going to the stripe here.
Yeah, the one thing is Carlow, for the last 5 minutes, they've been in a bonus situation here. They haven't really gotten to the stripe.
Number 15, Lindsay Muller, taking 2.
Muller knocks it down. Just 2 of 3 at the line so far, has 4 points. Second one, smooth. 5 for her. And we're even at 35. Again, it was 20-17 after the first quarter. This game has slowed down into just a defensive grind. This could be a first to 50 wins. Right side, Thomas inside, Junkins, spin move up, well off the mark, but a good rebound underneath by Davis. Can't hit the putback, but she is fouled. As I believe it was Owak that got a piece of the arm. It was.
Foul number 21, Kylie Owak, her first, team third.
Davis will shoot 2. She has 8 to lead all Trailblazers. And the first one bounces all around, doesn't fall. She shoots around 60% at the line. She misses both. And a jump ball on the rebound will keep it with Ohio Christian.
It was strange. It looked like she decided to take a seat right on the ball. It was
yeah,
really funny.
Like a mother hen approach to that. Left side, Thomas. Inside, Junkins. Kicks it, right wing, Davis, 3-ball. That one barely grazed the net, and it's out of bounds. Last off of the Trailblazers. Again, Carlow, the last time they played this Ohio Christian team, lost by 20. Gave up 73 points that game to a team that really doesn't score a lot and only 58 a game. Here's Alexander inside to Rathway. Oh, they had Muller open on the wing. Rathway couldn't get it to her. Now they do get it to Muller, and she hits. Long 2 for Lindsey Muller, who has 7. Maybe starting to come alive a bit. Carlow back in the lead, 37-35. Here's Thomas. Thomas lost control of the dribble, and it's taken away by Fischetti. Fischetti 2-on-1 with Muller. Takes it all the way up. Right-hand layup doesn't hit. Needed that bucket there. Not a bad choice to keep it herself. She got an open layup out of it, but couldn't knock it down. Up top, Junkins. Junkins right wing, Davis. Davis looking for a cutter. They roll the double curl inside. Can't get it to either. Good D by Carlow. 5 on the shot clock. Junkins, turnaround, jumper, good.
Yeah, beautiful move. Great post-up move there by Junkins.
Lindsey Muller, for being such a talented guard inside, she at 5'6" just could not handle Junkins, who's 6 foot. And now here's Muller back at it, and she goes up off the window. A little kiss, and it's good. 9 points for her, 6 in the quarter, and that'll take us to the end of quarter number 3. The late bucket by Lindsey Muller gives the Celtics a 2-point advantage, 39-37, as we head to the 4th. You're listening to Carlow basketball right here only on the MSA Sports Network.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything right. I get that at Carlow.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlow helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlow brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlow, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlow University. Visit carlow.edu.
What you want? What you want?
What you want is to stay warm this winter by logging on to www.msasports.net each and every day. We have all the schedules, the scores, the rankings, and the standings of the high school winter sports, plus weekly shows like Inside the WPIL Wrestling Circle, the PIHL Power Play Show, and the WPIAL Roundball Report, along with live and archive broadcasts of whatever your favorite high school sport is. Anytime, anywhere, always there, every day this winter. It's the MSA Sports Network.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything right. I get that at Carlow.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlow helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlow brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlow, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlow University. Visit carlow.edu.
After 3 quarters of play, it's 39-37. Carlow leads Ohio Christian. Celtics trying to grab their 4th conference win of the year. Ohio Christian trying to grab their 6th. A Couple of subs. Leah Goodwin back in. Sammy Simpson in as well, and a good take by Leah Goodwin results in a trip to the line. Went on the right side and drew the foul against Breonna Hearn, her second personal. And Goodwin will head to the stripe. Really, Carlow doing a nice job at the line. They're 7 of 8 so far, and make it 8 of 9 as Goodwin knocks down the first. They were able to get to the line 4 times in the quarter, made all 4. Ohio Christian in that quarter, just 2 of 6 at the stripe. Second free throw is off. And Trailblazers pull in the basketball. 8 points now for Goodwin. Her team up by 3. Hearn, left side. This is Thomas. Shea Thomas gets a screen, goes to the right side. Alexander contesting, but Thomas scores a tough one.
Trailblazers basket by number 1.
Interestingly enough, here we are in this fourth quarter. Nobody in double figures yet. Alexander with 9, Muller with 9. On the other side, 8 for Olivia Davis. A lot of balance, though. A lot of players have scored in this game. A lot of players with 3, 4 points. Goodwin thinking about a 3, and she knocks it down. There's the first in double figures. It's Leah Goodwin on her second tray. And it's a 4-point game. Hearn gets a screen, goes right side. Now Davis, look out, she's a 3-point threat. Inside, Junkins, Simpson defending, but Junkins right into her scores. Goodwin had to lob one up for Fischetti on the inbound, as Hearn was contesting. Hearn's a terrific defender. Like watching her play defense. Goodwin nearly lost the dribble, then threw one inside, got it to Simpson underneath, threw it off the side of the backboard. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Junkins. And again, you're looking at Simpson and Junkins. Simpson actually has about 2 inches on her, but Junkins is just a bigger player, more physical, stronger. Inbound, Simpson left all alone. She airballs it, misses it by about a foot short. I think maybe she was surprised at how wide open she was left. They needed that one, though. 2-point game. Just over 8 to play. Here's Thomas. Gets a screen right side. Hearn all alone for 3. A high arcer. The rainbow is down. Hearn has 6, all here in the second half. Her first field goal. Second field goal, excuse me. First 3-pointer she's hit. Now Fischetti can't hit. How many times, Jake, this year have we seen Carlow play really well and just one big shot changes the course of the game? You hope that for the Celtics, that's not it right there. That 3-pointer by Hearn. Inside, Junkins out of control, and they call a foul. Junkins trips and then ran right into Alexander. Right into the microphone.
Live.
44-43. Valamont is, she's the jokester, you can tell, of the team. I saw her in pregame warmups. She was trying to tackle or wrestle Leah Goodwin, I think. Good inbound right to Hearn, and she hits. Hearn all of a sudden with 8. 5 points in the last minute. Here's Goodwin pushing it all the way. Goes left side. Alexander all alone. Jump shot. And Muller got hit from behind in the head. Comes back the other way, though. Muller slow to get back up the court. They work it inside. They lose the basketball. Left side, though. This is Thomas. Thomas, a 3. That's off the mark. Herring the rebound, up and scores. Herring with 9. I think Liz Steig maybe wants a timeout. She backs away from it. I thought she said timeout, but pulled away. 5-point game. Here's Goodwin on the take. All the way in, it was ripped out. And it goes out of bounds, last off of Ohio Christian.
Into the game for the Trailblazers, number 3, Tiaja Smith.
Tiaja Smith back in. Looking for Muller inside. Muller up off the window. Strong take. She has 11.
That was big.
Makes it a 3-point game. Celtics need a stop here. 6.5 to go. Up top, this is Lewis. Off to Herring. Herring, good curl inside. She's tied up. They call a foul. Can't hit the shot, and they're going to get Zelenak with the foul. Her second.
Foul on number 42, Casey Zelenak. Number 44, Sierra Herring, taking 2 shots.
So Herring to the line for a pair. She has 9 points so far, 1 of 2 at the stripe, make it 2 of 3, and now 10 points for her. Herring averages just 4.6 per game, shoots 54% at the line. Second one is off the mark. Zelenak the rebound. Up ahead is Goodwin. Goodwin all the way, gets the contact, a little left-hand floater up and good.
Coast to coast.
Goodwin with 13, leads everyone. 49-47, Celtics down 2. Left side, Herring, Zelenak defending. Herring trying to back her down. Good D there. Goodwin came in, knocked the ball away. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Herring, and the Celtics will take it away. Good D there by Casey Zelenak and Leah Goodwin. One on the body and then one coming in, and Goodwin underneath to knock it away. Goodwin back up the court. She's been Carlow's best offensive player today. Inside, Zelenak in the paint, right hand, scoop shot off the window, good. Zelenak with 4, and we're even at 49. And officials taking a timeout as Leah Goodwin heard one of the Carlow assistants saying that she has asthma and she was breathing heavy, probably needs to get to the inhaler. That's a tough loss, too, for the Celtics. She's been playing really well. Left side, Thomas up top. Lewis. Lewis with 6 points. She had 16 the last game, and a foul called inside. Zelenak thought she was able to rip the ball away. So here comes Bailey back in. Remember, Bailey was taken out earlier. She was playing pretty wild. That was the 3rd foul on Zelenak. Now the ball thrown in. Here's Hearn. Hearn going left side, shot up off the mark, and a foul called underneath. I think Junkins maybe got bumped. They called it on Valamont.
Foul number 13, Noelle Valamont, her first team goal. Into the game for the Trailblazers.
Davis back in, Lewis out. Bailey will trigger the inbound. We're even at 49, under 5 to play. Long one up top. Now Hearn will set it up. Gets a screen by Junkins. Hearn going all the way. Nope, she passed it up. Looked like she may have had a play to the hoop there. There's Parsons on the dribble. Parsons, right side dribble, down the lane, lost control of the basketball, stolen by Adkins. Here comes Michelle Adkins back up court. Floater. Top to Alexander. Alexander to Valamont. Right side, Adkins contested 3, but she knocks it down. Biggest shot of the game for Michelle Adkins. Carlow by 3, 52-49.
Michelle's done a great job off the bench today.
Junkins left side, Parsons. Back to Junkins. Junkins spinning on Zelenak. Can't hit. Good D again by Casey Zelenak, and Valamont rips away the rebound. Adkins up ahead. Might be able to take it all the way. Goes to the corner, and it's out of bounds. She was looking for Muller. Muller looking for that spot-up tray and couldn't handle the basketball.
Michelle Adkins' face just spelled determination. It was a pretty crazy facial expression that she had on the breakaway.
Under 4 to go. Clock rolling. Carlow by 3. Screen up top. Hearn tried to hand it off to Davis. Valamont pursuing defensively. Valamont all over. Goodwin nearly stole it away. Now Valamont does. And might have traveled with the basketball. No, they call a foul from behind. They're going to say the travel was a result of the foul by Davis on the push.
Yeah, that was definitely the right call there by the officials. Just a bump in the back. The Ohio Christian bench, they were signaling that they wanted to travel, but there was no argument after the call was made.
Left side, Valamont, 3.5 to go. Carlow by 3, up top, Muller. Well, she could use a big shot. Here's the take, off balance, floater up, nearly hit. We could hear from here, she said, oh, that was close, and she'll go to the line. Good take there by Lindsey Muller. The foul will send her to the stripe. First one up for Muller is good. She has made her last 4 free throws. Second one is no good. Now here comes Ohio Christian back the other way. Good D from behind by Valamont as Bailey was looking to go coast to coast. Bailey, a pretty talented player, but only 3 points in this game. She has just not looked good. She has been forcing the ball up the court wildly at times. Let's see if she can get it together here in the final 3 minutes. 4-point Carlow lead. Now a good pass over to Thomas, but she can't hit the open layup.
Well-developed play, though, on the curl.
And then Muller tried to spin move and coughed it up. Lewis back with it the other way. Here's Paige Lewis taking it. Right side, spot up 3. Thomas, back iron, no good. Long rebound, though, collected by Lewis out on the perimeter, and a timeout will be taken by Jamie Batten. A full timeout. We'll step aside as well. 2:45 to go. 53-49 is the score. Carlow basketball here on the MSA Sports Network.
Hi, this is Hines Ward. If you're a high school sports fan, the place to go all year round is the MSA Sports Network. Log on every day to www.msasports.net for the schedules, the scores, the standings, the rankings, and of course, all of the broadcasts includes exclusive whip peel playoffs and championship action. Anytime, anywhere, always there, the MSA Sports Network.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything right. I get that at Carlow.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlow helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlow brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlow, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlow University. Visit carlow.edu.
2:45 to go. Carlow 53, Ohio Christian 49. Celtics clinging to a 4-point lead. Along with Jake Holmes, I'm Josh Rowntree here on the MSA Sports Network. Celtics looking for a big win here at home. Right side, Bailey open for 3. Can't hit it. That ball hit the shot clock. And it'll go over to the Celtics. They've had a lot of looks from beyond the arc. Ohio Christian just haven't knocked them down.
Yeah, they as a team don't make a whole lot of 3-point shots. 97 for 342 on the year.
They've made just 3 in the game. Here's Goodwin. They've taken a lot of them. The drive in by Muller off balance, gave it over to Valamont, back up top to Goodwin. 10 to go on the shot clock. Goodwin fighting off 2 defenders. In the corner, Alexander, pump fake, drives in, inside, Selenak, nice. Great pass, and she hits.
Beautiful pass by Natalie Alexander.
Natalie Alexander on the dish. 55-49, Carlow back up by 6. Spin move by Junkins inside, gave it off to Bailey, and ball was slapped out of her hand by Alexander, but they're going to call a foul on it. That's the third, on Alexander.
Number 5, Aaron Bailey.
That's the 5th foul on Carlow. 1:49 to play. Carlow clinging to that 6-point lead. These are big free throws here. First one, no good for Aaron Bailey. She still has just 3 points in this game. Averages 12.5, their leading scorer.
Carlow does a good job against players like her, though. The leading scorers, it's the role players that seem to get to Carlow, it seems, most of the time.
Second one, no good as well.
Yeah,
a foul
call.
called underneath.
She's boxing out.
God, Valamon on the foul.
What is she doing? She's boxing out.
She's boxing out.
Carlow's bench really upset with that. I didn't get a good angle at it. I was screened by the official, but they said Valamon underneath.
It looked almost as if they had to call it. It was like one of those situations, I believe. I don't think that the contact was necessarily as bad as it looked, but yeah, she definitely looked like she slid underneath her.
First one for Paige Lewis, who goes to the stripe, is up and good. First trip to the line for Lewis in this game. She shoots 65%. Second foul shot, in and out, no good. Valamont there, no foul on that one. She grabs the rebound. She picks up the dribble, and Listique smartly there going to call a timeout with 1:40 left. Carlow looked like they may struggle to get the ball up the court.
Yeah, the idea on that possession was to get a 30-second timeout. I heard Listique telling Leah, get it up here, as in pass the timeline and call a timeout. But they just had to use it there because, like you said, they were going to have a hard time bringing it up as they were bringing the pressure.
We've seen Ohio Christian throw a couple of times the press at them. I would expect them to fully go with a press here and try to get a turnover. A 2-possession game, you got to get one here for sure.
Yeah, they definitely liked running that full court press when Michelle Atkins was in. Not as fast as Leah Goodwin, less likely to break the press. Now they almost have to, even though Leah's in.
Muller, Valamont, Goodwin, Alexander, and Zelenak on the court. Trying for the inbound. They get it into Goodwin. She's double teamed. Trying to dribble it ahead. They get it to Zelenak. And up ahead to Muller. Muller looking to go on the drive. Gets a screen. Alexander, 5 on the shot clock. Works it inside. Pump fake move. Up and good. Natalie Alexander, maybe her biggest bucket of the night. She has 11, and it's a 7-point game.
Yeah, and that's one of.
And then it's stolen. Muller taking it ahead. Has Goodwin underneath. She's fouled. And they call it travel. A travel called on Muller. Oh my, they would have had a wide open bucket for Goodwin underneath, but she shuffled the feet.
Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, on that previous possession there when Natalie Alexander with that huge bucket, that's probably the most underrated part of her game. She's got a phenomenal pump fake.
57-50, 60 seconds to play. Hearn on the take, left-hand floater up, no good. Goodwin, the rebound. Carlow maybe has numbers up ahead. Goodwin going to take it all the way. She's fouled from behind. Hearn got back and fouled her, and a couple of big free throws upcoming here for Leah Goodwin. Goodwin 3 of 4 at the stripe in today's game. She shoots 67% on the season. Actually one of Carlow's better free throw shooters, but she can't make the first. These are the ones that count most. And there's some sort of discrepancy here at the scorers table. I think maybe with the amount of timeouts left, perhaps. Owak coming to the scorers table. Oh. Now they're going to say that's 5 fouls on Hearn? That can't be right. Well, I don't think that's right.
Yeah, I don't either.
They put 4 up on the board. I only had her for 3. I mean, I may have missed one, but I don't think I missed 2. That's. So they're going to put in Sydney Pell. Owak in for Zelenak. There's no way that was 5 on Hearn, unless they just made a sub. They have 4 still up on the board. Goodwin for the second. Up and good. Big shot there. She has 14. 58-50. 50 seconds to go. Ohio Christian needs a bucket, and they need it quick. There's Pell in the corner. Thought about a 3. Dribbles baseline. Then throws it away. Muller intercepts. Muller in the backcourt. Loses control of the basketball, and she's fouled. What a second half it's been for Lindsey Muller. Just 3 in the first, but 9 here since halftime. And that foul on Davis. I had the 4th on Davis. They only have the 3rd, and I wonder maybe if they scored one incorrectly in the book, perhaps. That's why Hearn's out. Muller to the line. First one, got it. 13-4. Second one, good as well.
Yeah, I think that's the dagger.
Certainly. 10-point game, 39 seconds to go. Celtics looking like they're going to take this one. Good take, though, the whole way by Deshae Thomas. She scores quickly. That took less than 6 seconds off the clock. It's back to an 8-point game. And a quick 30-second timeout taken by Jamie Batten. Again, Carlow trying for their 4th conference win. They're trying to keep pace and maybe get into the KIAC playoffs. Still 5 games to go after tonight. Carlow next is in action on Tuesday. And that'll be at Point Park. That's a 5:30 start, 5:30 and 7:30 the times of those doubleheaders. Our next broadcast will be on Thursday. That'll be the 11th against Cincinnati Christian. That will be senior night and Pink the Pavilion night here. The final home games in the careers of Natalie Alexander and Lindsey Muller. Those two 25 points in tonight's game. Natalie Alexander very good in the first half, and Lindsey Muller very good in the second half. Valamont to inbound. Over to Goodwin. Goodwin fouled immediately. They're going to make Goodwin earn it here at the stripe. On Lewis. Carlow's going to have to make some free throws here for sure. 8 points. Comfortable, but certainly not put away. They're going to bring everybody off the line. And that one off the back of the iron. Davis and Pell back in. .8 to go. Second free throw, Goodwin got it. A timeout taken. He's Jamie Batten taking the timeout to use his advance on the basketball. So they will start with it on their side of the court. Smartly played there by Jamie Batten. 9-point game though. Celtics in a good spot here. Again, it was 20-17 Carlow after 1, 27-25 after 2, 39-37 after 3. But a good fourth quarter here for the Celtics, outscoring the Trailblazers by 7 in the frame.
Yeah, and it's been because of Leah Goodwin staying out of foul trouble. She hasn't seen the bench hardly at all, except for a little bit due to just needing to catch her breath there. And of course, we mentioned it, Lindsey Muller always has great second halves, and that's been definitely the case here, I believe, with 9 here in the second half here.
Carlow 13 of 18 at the line. They were 7 of 8 through the first 3 quarters, 6 of 10 here in this final quarter. Again, the men's game up next. You can watch that at msasports.net. Ohio Christian 18-7, 8-3 in the KIAC against Carlow, 5-17, 0-11 in conference play. Here's the inbound to Thomas. Thomas quickly going to the right side. Three-pointer in the air is down for Sydney Pell, her first bucket. They brought her in late looking for some quick offense, and she knocks it down. Pell just 2 of 14 from beyond the arc this year. She made that one, make it 3 of 15. That makes it a 6-point game, quick timeout, 26.9, and all of a sudden that 10-point game, it's now 2 possessions. Yeah. So if you're Carlow here, making these free throws is going to be clutch.
Yeah, and certainly, I mean, we saw Pell with that great shot there, along with 13 Chantel Parsons, really good 3-point shooter as well. So, of course, Olivia Davis, she's hit a couple, I believe, in this game. So, yeah, look out. Like you said, all of a sudden, it's only a 6-point game. They don't necessarily need 2 threes with 26.9 seconds left. And another area of concern here is that Carlow, as a whole, aren't that great of a free throw shooting team, and they hope that monster doesn't show here in the last 26 and some change seconds.
Valamont will inbound the Muller, and they foul her. That is on Thomas.
Foul number 1.
If you're looking for a free throw shooter, it's going to be Natalie Alexander. She shoots 81%, easily Carlow's best. That one up and good for Lindsay Muller. 15 for her. As Davis steps back in. That's a big shot there. Makes it now a 3-possession game with 24.4 left. They tried to get that ball to Alexander too, but they got the foul on Lindsay first. Now ball tipped by Goodwin. Went crashing into the Carlow bench, but able to contest. And I like this here by Carlow. Full court pressure.
Yes.
It maybe just wastes a little bit of time even off the clock. Now they trap in the corner. Get it ahead to Davis. Right side, stolen by Goodwin. Off to Muller, and looks like they're going to maybe not foul. No, they do. Maybe they're just going to let Carlow walk it out up by 8, but not so fast, as that foul on Thomas will put Lindsay Muller back to the line. She has a game-high 16 points.
Yeah, Coach Stieg just yelling at Lindsay to pass the ball, that they're trying to waste time. And Lindsay's like, I'm trying to pad my stats here.
She's 8 of 10 at the line. Can't get that one to go, though. Second one. Muller got it. 17 for her. She's 37 points in their last 2 games now. 10 seconds to go. Up ahead, Thomas. Right side, baseline. Bailey will get a right-handed layup to fall. Just 5 points for her. Did they call a foul? And they're going to put the clock back to 4.2. They're saying 2 extra seconds ran off the clock. 7-point game, though. This one is in the books. Carlow with the win. Celtics going to move to an even 11-11 on the season. Valamont will inbound. They get it to Alexander, back over to Valamont, and ahead to Muller, and that'll do it. Carlow, a big-time 64-57 win on their home court over a team just ahead of them in the standings from Ohio Christian. Let's run down the scoring for you. We'll start with Ohio Christian. Deshae Thomas with 7. Their leading scorer, Aaron Bailey, with only 5 points. 8 for Brianna Hearn, 3 for Chantel Parsons, 7 for Paige Lewis, 8 for Olivia Davis, but none after halftime. 3 for Sydney Pell, 6 for Jasmine Junkins, and 10 for Sierra Herring. For Carlow, 2 from Teresa Fischetti, 15 from Leah Goodwin. She had a terrific game. 2 from Noelle Valamont, 17 from Lindsay Muller, 9 from Michelle Adkins, 2 from Sammy Simpson, 11 from Natalie Alexander, and 6 from Casey Zelenak. A couple players really stood out. Leah Goodwin and Lindsay Muller in that second half, I thought both were terrific. 8 for Leah Goodwin after halftime of her 15, and 14 after halftime of her 17 for Lindsay Muller. They were great after the break.
Yeah, indeed, and it was more than just on the offensive side. Really great defensive effort, and honestly, really impressive performance, I feel, by this entire Carlow Celtic team. Playing, it didn't start out like it, but they played the kind of game Ohio Christian likes to play, a defensive, grinded-out battle. They did it, and they beat Ohio Christian at their own style of game. Really impressive performance by Carlow, and that definitely shows that this is a team to look out for down the stretch. They're playing their best basketball of the year. Winners of 3 of their last 4 now, and that one game against Rio Grande, they ended up losing by 14 2 days ago. But they played well in that game. They played well enough to win. It was just a couple points down the stretch. Like you said, that big shot always seems to do Carlow in. But yeah, really good performance, and the men's team certainly look to feed off of the women's great performance and a great performance that they just had 2 days ago.
Carlow women up next at Point Park on Tuesday at 5:30. Our next broadcast will be senior night on Thursday, the 11th. That will be against Cincinnati Christian at 8 o'clock. The women will play second that night, men first at 6. We have a men's game today, though, to turn our attention to. You can watch that one at msasports.net. As we say so long today, thanks so much to Chris Lackner for his work on the camera. For Jake Holmes, I'm Josh Rowntree saying so long. Carlow moves to 11-11 and 4-8 in Conference. Ohio Christian now 13-11 and an even, now 5-7 in KIAC competition. The final score here from Donahoe Pavilion: Carlow women 64, Ohio Christian 57. The Celtics come away victorious on their home court this afternoon. Men up next right here, as always, on the MSA Sports Network. Yep.